Audi S3. Oh my god! What? They do everything too well. Whoa. Fun van cars I have driven. Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to Kyle's 400 brake horsepower Audi S3.
Yeah, now everybody that knows us knows that we are not very big Audi/VW fans. So,
yes, but I think this is a good example to maybe convince us, so let's get stuck in.
Yeah, let's see what this can do.
So guys, you join us out on the road in Kyle's Audi S3. Bit of a different format today. Kyle wanted to join us, but he's a very busy man at the moment. So in fairness, he just threw us the keys for the day and just said, do what we need to do with it and just bring it back in one piece. Now, my Audi knowledge is quite limited, I will admit. This is the 2012 Audi S3, so it's the 8P, but it is the facelifted model. From the factory, you've got your 2-litre TFSI engine, which is a 4-cylinder turbo, pushing out around 265 brake horsepower with 350 Newton meters of torque, which are very healthy figures from a standard hot hatch. Top speed, I believe, is limited to 155 mile an hour, and 0 to 60 is done in just 5.5 seconds, obviously with Audi's 4-wheel drive quattro system. Now, Kyle's one is very far from standard. It is pushing, I don't know the exact figure, he has added dyno, but it's over 400 brake horsepower. Now, for those of you who don't know Audis too well, you've got different trim levels, your Audi S3s and sort of that, sorry, it's a very bumpy road, and this is a very low car. You've got your S3s and your S5s. They're sort of your mid-sport ones, because not quite as hardcore as the RS is, but basically designed to be a car that you can daily drive and still have fun with on the weekends. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, it keeps going. Whew. Right, now I gotta admit, I've driven this car a few times before, and I actually drove it to location today. God, this thing just pulls all the way through. Right, so me and Kenny have made it clear before, we're not the biggest VAG car fans, and when we say that, we're not taking anything away from the cars themselves. They're such good cars, but in a way they do everything too well, and you lose that feeling, the connection with the car. My God, this one feels alive. Oh, so responsive. Now, the exhaust is a very interesting one on this. Kyle actually bought, so obviously standard S3 exhaust, nothing too special, very quiet. Kyle actually bought a Golf R exhaust, and yes, you're right, they're not direct bolt-ons, nowhere near. So Kyle actually fabricated it, made it fit, and as you can see now, he's actually put the RS tips on, which just suit the back end so well. The noise, it's such a smooth sound. I mean, I'm driving along now, you can barely hear it. There's no droning. You do get the bit of, you can hear it, but absolutely dailyable. And then when you open it up, it's so smooth. And when you're driving around normal, there's no pops and bangs. Fair play to Kyle, we're not the biggest fans of pops and bangs, and neither is Kyle, but you just get the natural burbles. And every now and again you do get a nice pop. So I am very impressed. And also no blow-off valve, but he has got a diverter valve that just makes that amazing turbo sound that adds to the experience. Oh, there's your little pop. This is one of the most fun VAG cars I have driven. The mid-range pickup is insane. This does not feel 400 brake, and the response from the throttle, you've got your little bit of turbo lag, but that torque pulling you out of the corner, my God. Oh. And it just, with Audi's quattro system, it literally pulls you out of the corner.
So my first time in the seat, in the nicest possible way. It's an Audi. The sat-nav, infotainment, everything is exactly the same as they use in every single model I ever made for, and they use that in the Gallardo.
If you've ever been in any VAG car, any Audi, Volkswagen car, you'll know what it feels like. You'll know what to expect, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not.
But it's just worth noting that every car we get in, it's like, right, we know what to expect.
We know what we're in, yeah. Now, the nice thing about this is the flat bottom steering wheel, the little S3 badge, and especially in the clock. So, yeah, it makes you think you're in something a little bit more special.
And it is nice. The interior, I just realised I didn't mention the interior, the spec and everything. I love the two-tone. The two-tone is very, I think it's love it or hate it, but I absolutely love it.
I didn't know it was two-tone, like I said, until today.
So you opened the door, yeah.
I was like, oh, nice, a little bit of red.
But I'm curious to see what you think on the road. I'm not going to give you any pre-things, but yeah, let's get out on the road.
Let's see what she can do. What? Oh, man. Whoa. I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting that.
So when I did my first pull, I got up to fourth and floored it, and in fourth it was still pulling as hard as it was in third.
Wow. It's like I was waiting for the turbo kick in. It feels a little bit laggy, and then all of a sudden it punches, but it just keeps punching.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to like hit a peak power until you're right up in the rev range.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, I had a good conversation with Carl, because... Carl? Who? Kyle.
Yeah.
If you notice, well, when you get into a higher gear, you might notice, when you hit 4,000 rev, it seems to kick.
Right.
So I don't know if they have got variable valve timing or something like that, but what surprised me with this is it does feel quite alive, and it powers all the way through.
It is, like I said earlier, that the power just seems to keep coming. It doesn't seem to back off, but also doesn't seem to level out. It just keeps on pulling. Yeah. And now I wasn't, to be honest, I thought, it's a 400 brake S3, and as soon as I put it in, I got to be honest, I'm impressed.
Wow, okay.
I'm impressed, like.
Because I said it doesn't feel like 400. I think obviously, I'm not sure what the torque figure is. We'll have to try and find out from Kyle.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what makes it feel more muscly.
Yeah, this is it. But like, obviously, booting it then as well, we were on a slight decline.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that helped, but it did feel really, really quick. Now we'll see what it's like on the way back up.
Yeah, the fun roads.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit. Okay, I was gonna give it a little bit at first, but then I kicked it and I was like, no, let's go. That power, like I said, doesn't feel that quick until you look down.
Yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
Whoa, the handling as well, obviously being all-wheel drive.
Yeah. I said it pulls you out of corners, literally.
It really does. That's one thing I do miss about four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
You've got that confidence.
Drama-free, yeah.
Yes.
God, it's impressive.
It really is, man. I've always said they're a bit soulless, but the way this thing's mapped.
Oh, yeah, it's got a short shift as well.
Yeah, I just realised that.
Which is better than all the other VAG ones we've driven.
Yeah. So I'll give it a little push up through here. Don't go mental, because this car is super low.
Yeah.
But that power there.
Pulling you up the hill.
It just keeps pulling.
Drama-free.
Like I said, it is very, very easy to drive fast.
Yeah.
As expected from this type of car.
Well, that's what we said about every VAG car. You will jump in and just be able to drive them, no matter what it is.
I've never driven this, and
yeah, look at you, you've got the confidence.
9/10.
Oh, man.
You know, it is. Whoa, this bump. Get over that. There we go. Still in third gear from just under 4,000 RPM, and it keeps going. Yes. These are so easy to drive fast.
Yes. Do you know what? It's low. I mean, there's bumpy roads of it. It's taking it quite well.
Yeah. Nice. Yes, I love the setup on this thing.
It's a surprise. I know we say it with a lot of cars, but this has surprised me.
It really has. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, we're gonna run through the spec list, as I obviously couldn't go through the specs. So yeah, Audi S3. As much as I hate to say it, apparently it's a stage 2 plus. Anyone that knows me, right, I'm sure you guys know that better than me. It's got Raceland coilovers. Now, the story with that, this car was on air. Kyle spent a lot of time, so he put all the air in himself, designed all the lines himself, ran it all himself.
Yeah.
But when he drove it, he started driving hard, and it just wasn't for him. He preferred more performance orientated.
Yeah, that's the downside to air, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, he went with Raceland because I think he wanted to try coilovers, so he didn't want to go all out just yet.
Yeah.
So he wanted ones that were adjustable, so they're actually like dampen and adjustable and everything. But I think you'll agree, they've done all right for what you'd call budget coilovers.
On this car, they work really, really well.
Yeah. We got oversized intake, this high pressure fuel pump, a welly cooler, and intercooler, I'm guessing. R8 coil packs, CFB diverter valve, which sounds amazing. Golf R back box, the Cobra midsection with the Golf R back box, as I explained. He has got, obviously, as you can tell, the front lip, basically the lips going all around. TTRS clutch, RS4 return valve. I will get my words right today. Runner flap delete, balance shaft delete. He's got the Calibra wheels, and what we thought were bigger brakes, but they're not. They are
stock.
You said he reckons they're standard brakes.
They look like RS4 brakes.
Yeah, and it was mapped by Artec, who really know what they're doing with Audis.
This is the way it's mapped and everything. Like I said, the power, the delivery just keeps on pulling, and that's what we like doing.
Yeah, and do you know what I love? It's so easy to get carried away with power. Yeah, you could put more power. Do you know the power level this is at?
It's nice. It's drivable.
Yeah, like you threw it up and down there. I drove it. I've been in here for like an hour or so now.
Yeah.
And do you know, driving it normal, you can still drive it normal like any other car.
Yeah, well, the clutch doesn't feel super heavy on nothing. So it does drive really, really well. I got to be honest.
Because usually when you upgrade the clutch in a 4-wheel drive, you feel it.
Well, that's my TTRS.
That was a bit of a pig to drive.
So yeah.
But
love it.
I didn't think we'd love an S3 on that car as much as this.
Damn.
So, the Audi S3, or Kyle's S3, so obviously not a standard one. And I gotta say, I think it's clear, surprised the both of us. We always go into cars like this with a preconception that it's gonna be a bit...
Yeah, but you always do. It doesn't matter if you think, right, I'm going to go into this with an open mind. You always got it in your head of what you're expecting from a car.
Yep.
Now, in stock level, I reckon this wouldn't be as fun.
No.
Nowhere near.
No.
But the way it is, the way it's set up, the Uniroyal tyres, I've always loved them.
Yep.
And they are superb for the money.
Amazing all-round tyres, wet and dry. Yep. And I think it does help. Kyle's put a lot of work into this car. Like I said, the different suspension setups, the different tyre setups, the different wheels. But either way, it surprised the both of us.
It did, yeah. Now, styling, I just want to point out a couple of things.
This is an interesting one. You made a very good point on this.
Yeah, it almost looks like it wants to be an Avant when it grows up.
Yeah, so the Sportback is a hatchback, but it seems to be not quite as long as the Estate, which I thought was always a weird one.
Yeah, I've always thought it with these. Do you know what I mean? You look at it and it's like, oh, it's a Avant. Oh, no, it's a Sportback.
Yeah, so I think it's just another Audi marketing thing, but
yeah,
either way.
It is.
But I think that'll do it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Woo.